Hello, welcome back to 2 Minute Drill. We got Johnny and Cole today. No Griff. He's out with an illness, so he cannot make it to the podcast today. But so starting off today, we got high school football playoffs this week.
Let's go.
Hopefully, I've seen a lot of really good games. Prep takes on Elkhorn South. Prep coming in at number 13 seed after beating
Norfolk.
Yeah, coming in after beating Norfolk. Really big win for them. They were kind of slow to start, but came in, really looked good that second half. And then against Elkhorn South, who's the number 3 rated team, I really think Prep has a better chance than people think right now. Looking at the seeding, I think Prep could be in the seed where like Central would be at an 8 seed. I think that Prep has a lot of really good sparks, but if they just play like that through a whole game, if they just loosen up
Put
the
it
spark,
together.
put it together, perfect. I think Prep is one of the better teams in this playoff. Like looking at I think they can make it far on their side of the bracket.
And last time they played Elkhorn South in the playoffs, they beat them.
Yeah.
I think it was 10-7. It's just defensive game, but they got it done.
Yeah, and a thing that Prep's gonna need to play good to win. I think Prep's defense is going to have to be on point against Elkhorn South.
Got to shut down the backs. They're really
backs.
good.
They have 3 backs. I know
Athletic
one's
team.
Gavin Shanahan, really good player. Saw
Landon
Elkhorn
Sate.
South play last week. He was just eating Pablo Vista South up. He had a very good game. Prep really needs to also have good play out of their running backs. I think they're going to be running the ball a lot, just like what they did last week against Norfolk. I think they're going to have a really big game out of Angelo and Jacob to come and win this game. And I think, for a score prediction, I think Prep comes out on top 28-23.
I like that.
So.
I don't disagree with you. I think they definitely have a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second game, another district game for Prep, or a district rivalry. Papio Vista versus Central, the 8 and 9 seed. And they played earlier this year. Was a really good game. Central, who's a really young team, have a lot of young guys who got offers already as freshmen and sophomore against a really talented Papio Vista team with a couple older guys. Cam Leggett, who is a junior quarterback, has 15 total touchdowns on the season. He's been playing really good. Then wide receiver Isaac Pamaran, averaging 80 receiving yards a game, which is crazy. So I think those two guys. I remember last time they played, Cam Leggett really bad through the air. I think he had like 60 yards or something, and he's just gonna really need to have a connection with Isaac Pamaran to win this game. And I think it's really all about Papio's offense. If Papio's offense clicks, I think that they will be able to grind out a win. But I mean, if Central shows up like they did last time, defense on point, I think that Central can still win. But I think Papio is going to get their get back, and I think Papio is going to win 30-27.
I agree with you there. I think they beat them. I think they beat them by 10 too. I don't know if. I think this is the first time they've all been that Central's been to the playoffs with these new young guys. Their sophomore class. That's really good.
I don't think they made it last year, did they?
Or if they not, they got bounced first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I really think it will be a good game.
yep. Moving on to college, we got Penn State versus Ohio State. Great game. Penn State ranked number 3. Ohio State number 4. That's I think this is one of the best games of the year.
Oh yeah.
Ohio State coming off a close game to Nebraska. Nebraska stuck in it the whole game, but
Big
Ohio
12
State.
Big 12 matchup. Huge Big 12 matchup, right?
Who? These two?
Yeah.
Big 10.
Big 10. Jeez.
Yeah.
Louise.
Big 10.
Big 10. Sorry.
You're good.
But yeah, I think it will be, again, a really good game. I mean, Ohio State, I think Nebraska just showed up last week.
Yeah.
I think they played really good.
They're going to bounce off.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nebraska played really well. They looked really good. Their defense was insane.
Yeah.
That's fun to watch.
It was just those little things. The flags got them.
Mm-hmm.
Raiola could have had a better game. I feel like. I mean, missing that wide open touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that-
when they got it on the 7 right there, that's where they picked it off, drove it down to the 7, and then couldn't convert. I think they had 5 field goals.
Yeah. I
4 or
mean,
5 field goals. That's
having
too many.
having the best freshman quarterback in the country and having a really good running back in what's his name? Dowdell?
Dante Dowdell.
Really good athlete, just all around great player. I think they should just be putting
And
it in the end
Jalen
zone
Lloyd,
more.
I mean-
Yeah. They need to be taking shots. I mean, when I was watching, I couldn't really watch the game because I had a soccer game during the game, but when I watched it, I mean, they didn't take shots. And when they did, Raiola dropped a dime to, I forgot which receiver, but he caught it. And over review, it was like it was overturned. It hit the ground or something. But it was, I mean, just taking the shots, I think they will work. Yeah, Lloyd. I think it will work.
Yeah, I agree. I watched the whole game. I thought it was a great game the whole way through. It was a really fun game. I thought Ohio State was literally going to beat them 100-0.
Yeah, I thought they were going to smoke them.
Yeah, that was a great game. I think Penn State Ohio State will be a great game. Penn State, Drew Aller, real good. He's young.
Yeah.
Will Howard, young, and that's kind of Will Howard's got a chip on his shoulder. He's from Pennsylvania, and Penn State didn't want him.
Yeah, didn't get the offer. He needs. I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I saw a video about that. I think Will Howard. I mean, just hearing him talk about.
Yeah, he's pumped.
Talk about it. He's like he was just saying how he was ready for the game, ready to just like he knew that they didn't want him. He's gonna show them that they should have wanted him. I think he's gonna have a really big game, and I think Ohio State's gonna come up on top.
Is it at Penn State or Ohio State? Do you know that? Let's look that up. That could be huge.
Yeah, depending. Yeah, bring that up. Could be the game changer. At Penn State.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what it said?
I'm pretty sure. First Penn State.
At Penn State.
Penn State.
That's huge. That's huge. If it's like I think they've already had enough whiteouts. It's probably not a whiteout, but still. That's like one of the best.
Penn State always brings the energy. I think it'll be a really game, and I think
it's gonna be a huge game.
I think Ohio State's gonna muscle up. I think they're gonna win 28-24 and cover the spread of 3.5
by a half point. I think Ohio State gets it 24-21.
Okay.
Yep, it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really close.
Moving on to NFL. Tonight's game, Texans versus the Jets at 7:20. Johnny's Jets.
Yep, I'm excited about that. Going with a couple of the boys to go watch that game. Really excited about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
two of the best wide receiver cores in the league. Well, Texans are hurt right now with Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins both being out. I think Mixon and Dell should have huge games.
Yeah,
they're gonna take off. They're gonna be the workhorses.
Mm-hmm.
And Devontae versus Devin Singletary. That's gonna be a great matchup.
Yeah.
Or, is it Devin Singletary?
No, it's White. White's there, cornerback.
No.
Or no, that's the Bills. Jeez. Singletary.
No, it's Singletary. It is Derek Singletary.
Derek Singletary. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was real good last year. I think he's a top 5 corner in the league.
Yeah, that's
top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good game. Aaron Rodgers just needs to. He's been playing so bad. I don't know if it's just like the Jets like offense. I think he's just like he's trying to do too much. He just needs to take it. I think he just needs to take it simple.
He's trying to play the GM role. Let's be honest.
He needs to just play quarterback.
Yeah,
he needs to
just
quit
get the
doing
job
everything
done,
else.
man.
Just get it done. I mean,
he has all he needs. Brees Hall, Devontae. They brought in Devontae Adams. They have.
He has Garrett
Wilson.
I think they have 11.
Lazard.
They have 11 former Packers players on the team,
Tyler
or something
Conklin.
crazy like that. That
Really?
Aaron Rodgers has played with, and he needs to quit being GM and go play
Get it
football.
done.
Yeah,
that's on paper. They're top 5 in the league.
I think it's going to be a really big running back day for them. I think Braylon Allen, who was coming off a touchdown last week, I think he's going to have a really big game this week.
He's explosive.
I mean, have you
Wisconsin?
seen the Wisconsin guy? I mean, he cooked Nebraska for 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like his combine pictures, he is the biggest, like the strongest person
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
most cut up guy ever.
He's
6 foot too.
He's huge. And then
yeah.
him and Brees Hall, like I think they
Brees Hall
will have
as
a
well.
really good game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a crazy offensive
Mm-hmm.
game. It could be like 35-30. I
Yeah.
think Texans beat them because they're coming off a
Yeah.
loss to the Packers last week.
I
think
don't want to
they're-
be biased, but I do think the Jets are gonna. They've lost too much to not come in and win against a decent team. I think they're gonna take advantage of the wide receivers being out. I think Sauce is gonna lock up Tank Dell. I think
like
it's gonna
that.
be really really tough game. I think the Jets are gonna come out again. I do think it's gonna be offensive. I think it's gonna be 34-24 Jets.
Dang.
I think it's going to be really, really high scoring,
Yeah,
really,
Stroud
really
hasn't-
action packed game.
Stroud hasn't been throwing the ball real well either. Like, I obviously with both his receivers being out, that sucks. But did you see how Stephon got hurt game before? It was
I didn't know.
non-contact. He
Really?
stepped on it weird and tore his ACL.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things like in the Super Bowl this year. Dre Greenlaw,
Yeah.
jumping around, getting hyped before
Runs on,
go on.
tears his hamstring.
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
that's just you hate to see those non-contact
Yeah.
injuries just get.
Just
people.
there's been a lot of receivers going out with injuries.
Yeah, it sucks. Horrible.
Sucks real bad. Moving on, I think this is the best game of the week. Packers Lions NFC North matchup.
Always a great game.
Two offensive teams that are young, and it's just going to be a fun game.
Yeah, Jared Goff, I think, is going to have a really good game. He is, believe it or not, in the top 4 for MVP voting out of quarterbacks right now.
Dang,
Lamar,
did not know that.
him, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how Patrick Mahomes is in there.
I don't know.
Thrown 10 interceptions.
Yeah, he's just. I feel like he's such a big name that he just gets
Yeah.
put in that conversation. But
Are they They're not undefeated, right? Are they?
I think they're pretty dang close. I think.
But it's at Lambeau Field. That could be huge in the standing. The Lions have the number 1 points per game with 33.4.
Chiefs are undefeated, 7-0.
Dang, that's why.
That is
That's why.
absurd. The only undefeated team.
They edge out every game. Just NFC North division is crazy. Everyone's over 500. Actually, one or more wins over 500.
I mean, which is just crazy.
And I think all of them could make the playoffs. Maybe not the Bears, but everyone else will make the playoffs.
I mean, the Bears have a better record than half the people in
yeah, in
the
NFC.
NFC.
Definitely half the people.
Wild.
For sure.
Crazy. Or in the AFC,
Yeah,
It's huge.
like I was saying, number 1 points per game with 33.4. They have the 7th best defense. Packers, number 6 points per game at 27, and the Packers have the 14th best D. I think it's going to be a great game for sure. Jared Goff, number 2 quarterback rating, and he has a 115.8. That's insane. Xavier McKinney has 6 picks. He's leading the league.
He was a dog. I think he played for the Giants last year, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I mean, I don't know
They
what.
picked him up on it wasn't anything crazy. It was like 15 million.
That's
a
I
lot,
mean,
but,
that's
like-
crazy. He's just such an athletic guy that you just can't let him be sitting in free
obviously.
agency.
Yeah,
And you can see that with 6 picks and leads the league. That's absurd.
I think by at least 2 or 3
Yeah.
picks for sure. Yeah, the Packers secondary looks great. But speaking of that, Evan Williams and Jair out on injuries. The Packers are real injured right
Yeah,
now.
Quay Walker, big linebacker
Elton
presence.
Jenks.
Yeah, horrible. You don't like to see injuries.
Yeah, and quarterback.
Big running back
Love.
room
He's
too. Yeah.
he's coming off a. It was weird. I think it was another it wasn't really a non-contact, but he like kind of got pushed, stepped on his knee weird, and had to sit. Malik Willis came in and won the game for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just, I hate
sucks.
to see injuries, but the running backs for the Lions are going to be a huge thing
Yeah.
today. Montgomery and Gibbs, just huge players. Gibbs last week with a 70-yard touchdown. Just you really need to see them have good games, and you'll see wins coming into the Lions record.
Yeah,
you'll
for
just
sure.
you'll just see wins coming in if the running backs are playing good. They're just so explosive. Montgomery, more of like a
power running back.
power back.
You put him in the red zone, he scores. And
Yeah,
it
7
shows,
touchdowns this year.
touchdowns,
Yeah. And then Gibbs just a speedster, and you can see that from that touchdown. I mean,
Probably averages
he beats
80
it.
yards a game.
He breaks 2 tackles, and then wins the race to the outside and he's gone. I mean, it's
Yep.
great to see.
Alabama native.
Mhm.
Where'd Montgomery go to school? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't think he went to anywhere like huge, but like
Yeah, but if the Lions want to win this game, I think that
Iowa State, big running
Oh,
back
that's
school.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. I think that the Lions line needs to step it up. Goff was sacked against not a very good defensive line. Sacked 5 times last week.
Yeah, and
They
I
need to
think, yeah,
step it
I think the Lions just are. I think with that linebacker missing and Quay Walker, I
Walker.
think the Lions are going to come in and win.
I'm a huge Packers fan, but
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. I don't really have a score prediction because it's going to be so offensive. But
Yeah,
I think the Lions get them.
I
I
would
think
say
they're going to
31.
split 1-1
yeah
on the year, but I think Lions
Yeah.
win this game.
I have Lions 31-27.
31-27.
Mhm.
That's a win. All right, last game, Commanders
Yeah,
Bears
let's
last
talk about
week.
it. I mean, just a really
Crazy,
good game.
yeah.
Caleb Williams couldn't ask him to play better in Washington, and then
That's his hometown too.
just heartbreak for any Bears fan. You
Yeah.
hate to see your team
Yeah.
get a Hail Mary thrown on them. I remember a couple of years ago, Henry Ruggs. I was really little. I was probably 12 years old. The one game the Jets were on TV that year playing the Raiders, they get them. They're up by a touchdown, maybe less than a touchdown, a field goal or something. Throw up a bomb to Henry Ruggs, gets a touchdown. I think I went up to my room and cried after that. And because
Gosh.
the Jets won like 2 games that year, I think I cried after
terrible.
that game. It's horrible. I hate seeing Hail Marys happen.
You know,
And
I'm
it's
a
just
Packers
like-
fan, so I loved seeing that.
Yeah.
I watched it in person. Didn't really watch the full game, but
You'd see the clips on
Yeah.
YouTube and you'd be like, "Jeez."
I saw it in person. I was bowling, and I look up, and the ball's just in the air. Gets tipped in the
And I
guy's
mean,
hands.
Yeah, and the Commanders Bears, the dude was talking trash to the fans, and then he's like,
He's the one who tipped the
yeah,
ball, too.
and then he runs back in, tries to get it, tips it straight to the Washington
Yeah, that's
receiver, and he scores.
terrible.
It's kind of like a couple years ago, maybe like around 2016, Ravens and Bengals. Same thing happened. Bounce off a helmet. AJ Green catches in the end zone
AJ Green. That's
to tie up the game. Haven't heard that name in a while, but
Yeah.
I mean, he was a dog.
Dog, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on the Cardinals and sold the game for them against the Packers a few years ago.
Didn't he like drop like
No, he was literally turned around. Eric Stokes picks it off to win the game. They were on the 5-yard line.
That's brutal.
All you have to do is kick a field goal. But
Mm.
yep.
Brutal.
That's it for this
Yeah.
podcast.
Really?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
You know how to end it?
I do not know how to end it.
Oh, yeah, you should have said something like that.
That was good. I think that was really
18
good.